The Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, requires covered employers to provide effective, reasonable accommodations for employees with disabilities. To help determine effective accommodations, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, EEOC, recommends that employers use an interactive process, which means that employers and employees with disabilities who request accommodations work together to come up with these accommodations. According to the EEOC, the ADA does not always require an interactive process. In many instances, the appropriate accommodation is apparent. Therefore, it is unnecessary to go through a step-by-step process. For example, if an employee who uses a wheelchair requests that their desk be placed on blocks to elevate the desktop above the arms of the wheelchair and the employer complies, a suitable accommodation has been requested, identified, and provided without needing a formal process. However, when an accommodation is not obvious, an appropriate accommodation is best determined through a flexible, interactive process. As part of this process, the EEOC recommends that employers 1. Analyze the particular job involved and determine its purpose and essential functions. 2. Consult with the individual with a disability to ascertain the precise job-related limitations imposed by the individual's disability and how those limitations could be overcome with a reasonable accommodation. 3. In consultation with the individual to be accommodated, identify potential accommodations and assess the effectiveness each would have in enabling the employee to perform the essential functions of the position. And 4, consider the individual's preference to be accommodated and select and implement the most appropriate accommodation for both the employee and the employer. If an interactive consultation does not identify a reasonable accommodation, in that case, you may contact the EEOC state or local vocational rehabilitation agencies or state or local organizations representing or providing services to individuals with disabilities for assistance.